Okay, and so that happens, and you want to know how to seal it, or and or clean up those faults.
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, Rocco, hang tight. We're right up against the break. I just glanced at the clock. They're going to get angry with me if I just keep talking. So I'm going to throw you on hold real quick, and when we come back, we are going to answer Rocco's questions about his flagstone outside and how to keep it clean from salt sediments, and we'll talk a second about what that means. All right, you're home. The Dean Show at the house. Listener, more of your calls up next. It's an all-call Saturday. But first, Dean on the
Alright, Tommy says, any operators to take over non-repairs to house the homeless. Tommy says, is that the most likely concern the state money to provide temporary housing? Now with additional funding through Chrysler Green, the 9 properties can be renovated into permanent housing. The properties have a total of 743 rooms. The county says it's accepting applications from motel operators through April 29th. And more than $48,000 has been chopped off the OSU superintendent's salary following years of fighting with the Board of Education. Trustee Lisa Sparks says Superintendent Al Mahares' total current compensation is $467,000. We promised voters we would exercise fiscal responsibility where appropriate while retaining our board rights to properly be able to represent our constituents. And this resolution does that. The only trustee to vote no this week questioned the motive given the years of fighting with Miharis, who is an elected official. She says if the board wanted to save money, it could cut trustee benefits or legal fees on frivolous lawsuits. Californians could have more free time on their hands.
A state bill could change the work week for companies with more than 500 employees to 32 hours. The bill would require overtime for employees to work more than that. UC Riverside professor Karina Mihalska says the bill could force businesses to take a look at how to get things done faster.
Can we go to the source of inefficient work behaviors and tackle those?
She says the idea would need a lot of research. Blake Trolley, KFI News.
Lawyers say a lawsuit will seek $100 million from the Angels because a pitcher who throws 100 miles per hour hit a boy with a baseball.
Which was preventable. Lawyer Nicholas Rowley says the ball caused a traumatic brain injury in 2019, and the team ignored the family's request for help with medical bills.
A 6-year-old boy had his whole life changed because the Angels wouldn't spend a little bit of money to put up safety netting, and Major League Baseball had told them to.
He says the kid was invited out to drills 90 minutes before the game, so a warning on tickets that fans assume the risk of injury from balls or bats doesn't apply. The Angels say the team has not received the lawsuit, so cannot comment. In Anaheim, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
The man who allegedly shot Lady Gaga's dog walker has been let out of jail by mistake. Officials say the man being released was an administrative error. The man and 4 others attacked the dog walker last February and stole Lady Gaga's French bulldog. Now taking you out to the 210 where there's a crash.
Upward on the east side of 210 before Campus Avenue with the crash here with only the carpool lane open. That's actually James back from Mountain Avenue, Fontana, northbound 15, Sierra Avenue to Kenwood. Caltrans taking away 3 left lanes until around 10 o'clock this morning. Heavy delays as you approach Sierra Avenue and Diamond Bar on the 57 northbound Pathfinder to the 16th. Police had all lanes shut down overnight. They're in the process of picking up those, calling to watch the delays as they do so. We still have Caltrans working in Baldwin Park as well. East side of the 10, Fraser to Fuente Avenue, 3 left lanes shut down until Sunday night. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. Puppy.
Southline weather from KFI. Mostly sunny Metro LA and inland OC highs in the low to mid 80s. Sunny and hot in the valleys and inland Empire. Not as hot as yesterday. Highs today in the mid to upper 80s. Features sunny, warm, and breezy. Highs in the mid to upper 70s. Weekly local live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jane Yamamoto.
Power outages have become a regular part of life here in California. They're disruptive and inconvenient. They can threaten your livelihood and your safety. Loss of power to your home means spoiled food, no internet, disabled security systems, and a lot more. A loss of power to your business means loss of revenue or loss of data. It's when you pray that the autosave was on for that spreadsheet you've been working on all day. Commercial businesses like hospitals, schools, data centers, they all know that backup power is invisible but essential, which is why they turn to Duffy Power. Southern California's most trusted generator installers and maintenance experts for over 55 years. And have no doubt, it's Duffy Maintenance that ensures the generators kick in when you need it. And now Duffy can protect your home from blackouts too for as little as $72 a month. Power outages are here to stay. Fortunately, so is Duffy Power to protect your business or your home from the next power outage and all the ones after that. Go to DuffyPower.com. That's DUPHIE Power.com.
Hey you! Ever wanted to learn a new language, like French or Spanish, or even Norwegian, but thought it would be too difficult or time-consuming? If so, it's time to try Babbel. Babbel lets you customize how and when you learn. Quick 10-minute lessons on words, dieta, proverbs, phrases, and grammar. To games that keep it exciting. Listen to podcasts on the go, or take live online classes with a real teacher. Hola clase, ¿cómo están? It's really up to you. In no time, chatting about real-life topics will feel, well, effortless. Go ahead, see where Babbel takes you. Ah, Paris! More ways to explore, more ways to learn. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Family-owned Catalina Paint began their life as a beloved neighborhood paint store in West L.A. back in 1966. Since then, Catalina has expanded to 15 beloved neighborhood locations and has become one of the largest distributors of Benjamin Moore paint in all of Southern California. They've got amazing prices on all the stuff, tall roller covers, drop cloths, which makes them, as always, the perfect place to shop for all of your painting essentials. And now, they are having a grand opening celebration on April 22nd and 23rd with Catalina's new store in Studio City. And also, they are giving away a brand new 2022 Chevy Colorado pickup truck to one lucky person. So, you can go to the grand opening, you can go online, or get down to any Catalina Paint store to register for the Catalina Paint truck giveaway, and you might just be going home with more than just paint. For details, go to CatalinaPaintStore.com, CatalinaPaintStore.com.
This is Jacob Amrani. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB. KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
The House Whisperer, you are listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand that place where you live. We are having an all-calls Saturday morning. I love all-calls days. I love talking to you guys about what's going on with your home and just even the possibility of helping out a little bit as we go. Hey, right before, let me give the number out one more time. 833-2-ASK-BEAM. 833-2-ASK. Give us a call, jump into the queue, and who knows, we could talk about what's going on with your home today. Before the break, I took Rocco's call. He asked me about some sediment deposits that rise up from the ground when the water levels, due to rain and so on, saturate the outdoor concrete slab, which he's got some Idaho flagstone on. Am I correct, Rocco? Are you still there with me?
Well, yeah, great bumper music. Now, it's an indoor basement. It's a 100-year-old craftsman house. It's not an issue with the drought. But when we do get hopefully we get our normal rainfall, if I get about 2.5 inches of rain in the day, then I'll get the reaction with the floors. But it is indoor.
Gotcha. Okay, so that makes a lot of sense because the basement obviously much lower to the water table, and when in a 1920s house, 100-year-old basement, not a lot of waterproofing on the outside of that basement. When I say not a lot, I mean zero waterproofing on the outside of that basement. So of course you're going to get moisture from the ground around it, seeping into the basement and rising up from the floor. And you say you've got some Idaho flagstone on top of it, and then you get some deposits on the top. So here, two things. Number one, that depositing, that white deposit is it is minerals, it is salts, that are left over. This mineral's in the water comes through, the water evaporates off and leaves its mineralization behind. It's called efflorescence. It's lovely. Here's the main thing, Rocco. If you just remember that it's called efflorescence, which sounds like you should have some fancy French thing happening down in the basement, then, it won't bother you.
Yeah, how do I get rid of it, and then how do I...
Oh, yeah, how do you get rid of it? Yeah. Okay, so, you get rid... Well, I'm not sure you can 100% get rid of it, but a penetrating sealer, not a top glaze sealer, because the problem is coming from underneath, okay? And I would do probably several treatments of a penetrating stone sealer. Is it going to 100% solve the problem? I don't think so, because these are the kinds of things that really can only be solved from the other side of the slab with proper vapor barriers and waterproofing, which obviously you're not in a position to do, nor do you want to do. So, but a penetrating sealer will go a long way. The key is this, my friend. You're going to want to wait until you absolutely know the concrete and the stone itself as bone dry as possible, because the effectiveness of any penetrating concrete or stone sealer is that they are absorbed fully into the medium because it's dry. So you can imagine a wet sponge will not soak up any additional water on the countertop. You want a dry sponge down there, and then I would give it, I'd give it, 2 or 3 treatments. It will probably reduce it significantly, I'm hoping, but no guarantee that it's 100%. And for whatever ends up on the surface, a little TSP, trisodium phosphate, and just a tiny bit of elbow grease with a brush should actually knock out whatever efflorescence is left on the surface of that stone. And Rocco, congratulations for living in a 1920s Craftsman home. It's just dreamy. They have their problems, of course, but how awesome is that? Thanks for the call, bud. Appreciate it. Carol.
Hi, Dean.
Welcome home. Hi.
Thank you. I'm a faithful listener, and you've talked about this subject several times, and I've learned a lot. My question is, I live in a high fire danger area, and we are getting gearing up for probably a bad season. I have in-home sprinklers, and we've lived in this house for 28 years, and I've never done anything with them. Do they need to be serviced or charged, or what do I need to do to maintain them?
Probably not a lot, if anything at all. But I am going to tell you this. If it's been 20 years and you guys literally have never talked to anybody about them or touched them, then it would behoove you to call your local fire sprinkler service provider and just have them come out and give it a once over. No, you don't live test the fire sprinkler, because that's what we're in charge of. Yeah, and the good news is this, the chances are, now there are a couple of different systems out there, but by and large, fire sprinkler systems, as you probably heard me say, they're a very simple mechanical system. It's basically a bottle with a cork in it, and your fire suppression system is what we call a live system, okay, meaning that there's water in the pipe right above your head right now, ready to go.
Nice.
Just pressurized water from the water supply. Just like the pipes in your house, just like the pipes that are going to the faucets and the sinks and all of that. There's water going into your fire sprinkler system, and it's standing there, it's sitting there with nowhere to go. And so it's a very simple mechanical system in that sense, in that there aren't moving parts. There are very rare. Now, understand, I'm saying this, and there's an exception to every rule. Yes, there are homes in which we actually build because of fear of loss of water pressure during the wildfire. Some fire suppression systems are hooked up to pumps, and those pumps need to be maintained to make sure that they maintain pressure. Those kinds of things. Of course, there are customizations and ancillary systems, but if we're talking about our basic fire sprinkler system. It is a cork. It is a bottle with a cork in it. It is live lines, just like the ones coming to your faucet. They come to that head, the head of your sprinkler, and they are only being held back. That water is only being held back with a vial, a glass vial, that is plugging the hole. And inside that vial is a liquid that is extremely temperature sensitive. That liquid is designed to expand and burst that vial once there is a certain ambient temperature in the room, meaning the kind of temperature that is the result of a fire. Not a candle. They're not smoke activated. It's got to be a certain amount of heat in the room, and then the vial pops and the water comes out, and that's it. That's your system.
I was just
no. All that being said,
that mine is so old. Have they made new improvements since 30 years? I mean,
but yeah, undoubtedly in the industry, like every industry, it's like, well, this is a better head, this is a better vial, so that's what I'm saying. If it's been 20 years and you haven't spoken to a soul about it, have a system company come out and give it a once-over. What's the worst that can happen? Is they say, yeah, I think you're fine, you're holding fine, but yeah, there's a new thing if you want to replace the heads in each of the units, and they give you a price for that. But all in all, I think you're in really good shape. So it's not anything fundamental to worry about that system. But have it checked out. Any major system in our house. Don't let it go 25, 30 years without having somebody come in and just give it a once-over. If you don't want to be surprised one day, maintenance, my friend, is the price of a well-functioning machine, which is your house. All right, when we come back, more of your calls. So thrilled you joined us this morning. Your home with Dean Sharp, the house. Getting on the maker.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says the missile strike on an eastern train station is another Russian war crime. Israeli security forces say they have killed a Palestinian man who opened fire into a crowded bar in central Tel Aviv. Actress for a decade following his drop of Chris Rock at the Academy Awards. The decision was handed down yesterday by the Russian. I look at the drive on 15 on the this side.
Are you shopping for a major appliance? Ooh. All right, well, if you haven't already experienced these problems, let me tell you that there are still serious supply chain delays out there and price increases. Some brands, you've heard me say, have gone up over 20%, and you will be waiting 8 months or more for a major appliance if your retailer doesn't already have it in stock. It is a mess. Here is the solution. Shop where Tina and I shop for most of our clients' major appliances. WDC Kitchen and Bath Center. WDC saw this coming. They secured $25 million of inventory. Let me tell you, their warehouse, I just walked through it yesterday. It's like that warehouse at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. It is just stacked to the gills with inventory. So what that means is high prices, delays everywhere else. WDC probably has exactly what you need. Next day delivery to LA, Ventura, and Santa Barbara counties. You can check inventory in real time right on the WDC website, WDCappliances.com. WDCappliances.com.
The fellowship trained specialists at the top cancer institute at Memorial Care Long Beach Medical Center use advanced technologies and revolutionary cancer treatments. Look a little back to precisely target tumors and destroy them. The future of cancer is here. Learn more at memorialcare.org/PCI. This weather report brought to you by Memorial Care Long Beach Medical Center. Mostly sunny in Metro LA and Inland OC, highs in the low to mid 80s. Now look at how road work is impacting the 15th.
Sierra Alley of Hollywood, and we see 3 left lanes at a stop line. Tail line 10 o'clock this morning, really heavy delays. Philadelphia Junction Canyon now in Upland on the eastbound side of the 210 to 4 Campus Avenue. Still have a cashier with only the carpool lane open. That's Jesse James Jackson Mountain. And Diamond Bar to 57 northbound, Pathfinder to the 60. All lanes have been shut down overnight. Caltrans is still there, wrapping everything up. But to watch for sudden delays to come up on that. KFI in the sky helps you go faster. Obviously, doesn't.
This report is sponsored by News Nation. You're looking for real news. News Nation doesn't take sides or loyalty political agendas. At News Nation, you get all sides. If you're looking for news without the noise, come back to the news with News Nation. News for all America. Go to newsnationnow.com/join us to find your television provider. Subscription costs apply. Online division competition. Only available at additional terms of subscription. Appropriate subscription required. See website for full details and work safety information. Dealing with ED is difficult enough, but the pressure of not satisfying your partner makes it even worse. ED can be tough on a relationship, but at Hinge, you can contact the medical provider online, and, if appropriate, pick a prescription medication at free CD at affordable prices. Hinge ED medication has the same active ingredients as Viagra, but because it's generic, you pay 90% less. That's right, 90% less. A whole month's supply is just $30, and it's sent right to your home for free in discreet packaging. Hims offers the same medication you get from your doctor, but without the copay, expensive appointments, or awkward face-to-face conversations. And with Hims, every online visit is free, and your relationship right back on track. For a free online consultation, go to forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free visit. forhims.com/joy.
Before I started Little Hair Time, I was an angry young man. Hello, I'm John Kane. I was angry because my dad died when I was 17 and he left me alone. I was angry because I couldn't go to college with my friends, and because I had to drop out of high school. It's not a pleasant story. But as I grew older, I realized that my dad didn't leave me alone. He left me with values and principles that continue to shape my life. Dad said, be on time. He didn't like it when people were late. He taught me to be polite. It was something I lost, but we captured along the way. And he taught me to keep my promises, because broken promises lead to broken relationships. My values at Little Hero Plumbing. I think we have a pretty good company. I know we have great people. And if one of our heroes fails to live up to these values, please call me. My private number is on the back of every Little Hero business card. You can also reach us at littlehero.com. Thank you. The money you may need for gas, rent, food, and more is waiting for you with the California Earned Income Tax Credit when you file your taxes. This is your money. You've earned it. Learn more at CalEITC4me.org. Hey, I was Steve Sharp. Are you looking to sell your home in 2022? Well, congratulations. That's a big deal. For most of us, it's the biggest deal of all. So let's make sure you get everything out of it that you can. Before you get ready to list, make sure you call the good folks at Revive. Revive's business is to maximize your home sale value. How? By guiding you through market-critical upgrades before you sell. It's like flipping your own home, except Revive fronts the cost and guarantees the result. Yes, you heard me right. No money out of pocket and a higher selling price guarantee. You can list higher and sell faster in just a few short weeks. In fact, the average homeowner sees $160,000 in additional profit. This is a no-brainer. Revive has created an easy, stress-free way to maximize your greatest asset, your home. So are you thinking about selling? Well, you can settle, or you can see what's possible. To get started, visit iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com. The world's biggest health solution is coming to Las Vegas on April 10th. Celebrities, athletes, influencers, and scientists include Daniel Carson, Kevin Sorbo, Alan Baker, Del Bigstreet, Naomi Wolf, Dr. Pierre Corey, and Dr. Robert Malone. Don't miss it. DefeatTheMandateUS.com. The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. Let it loose. It will defend itself. April 10th, Grand Park. Go to DefeatTheMandateUS.com. Kfi is giving away thousands of dollars in free gas. Fill her up, please. Thanks, David. Right beyond your home pass. Keep listening to your chance to win your
Suitable for finance or, still in your bank. So whatever makes more sense.
I mean, we've got time to sit around the Here you go. Your chance is going to go.
Kfi AM 640 for stimulating thought.
KFI
Chrysler at your service. Welcome home. Thanks for joining us on the program today. We're having an all-call Saturday. You get to decide what we're talking about today. Give me a call with your questions, and we'll try and tackle them. Design issues, totally welcome here. Architectural, interior, construction issues, DIY questions, whatever. Give me a call. 833 the number 2, ask Boom. Carmen, welcome home.
Are you there?
I'm here. Are you there?
Oh, hi. Yes, I'm here. I'm calling because I recently had some work done at the house, and some of the things that was done was replacing a ceiling light with a ceiling fan, and now there's a delay. When I turn on the light, there's a delay. And the contractor is telling me that I have an out-of-date panel box and this and that, but now I can't get in touch with him. So now I don't know what to do, how to get him to come out here. I'm kind of afraid of him now, but how I can get this done, fixed. When I turn on the light, it doesn't come on right away.
Okay.
And he's bringing the panel back.
How long is the delay, Carmen?
Maybe 10 seconds, 25 seconds.
10 seconds. Yeah, that's long. That's a long delay. Okay, well, here's the thing. If you are not feeling confident about your contractor, then call an electrician or an electric capable handy person out just to take a look at it. But I will tell you this. I'm not sure we've actually got this question yet. It's a good question, Carmen. I do hear from folks all the time about their new light fixtures having a delay. I've got a couple light fixtures in our hallway that have like maybe a second delay on them. That's one thing that we haven't really talked about on the program, and nobody was really talking about, but I will tell you this. It has nothing to do with your electrical. Okay? So at this point now, you got me distrusting your contract.
But that's what he's saying. He said he told me he has to
Yeah, okay. So let me just explain this. Goes without saying. Electricity travels at the speed of light. Okay? It's not your panel. All right? Your panel could have all sorts of delaying circuits built into it, which it doesn't. It's just a gate that lets electricity. Your panel is fine. Maybe your panel is troubled for other reasons, but